Hello, this is a special edition of the Black Business Experience here in San Antonio. We are here at St. Philip's College. I am here with President Loston of St. Philip's College, and we have just heard a lecture series from Daymond John, which was pretty awesome. I wanted to ask you, what were you hoping the students to take away from today's experience?
I was hoping the students to take away the experience of thinking about being an entrepreneur, having their own business rather than working for someone else. As they talk about the folks in the younger generation, 60% of them actually give more thought to creating their own business rather than working for someone else. So when you've got a star, a member of the Hall of Fame entrepreneur, he is the one that can give the message that will resonate with the students.
And inspirational. One last question I wanted to ask you, because on stage you all spent a lot of time talking about branding and their own personal branding, and I thought it was pretty awesome that he mentioned that we're paying attention to what you're putting on Facebook. What did you think about that when he mentioned it from his point of view, that we're all doing the same thing?
You know, we say that to the students here, but then when we've got a business person saying that it matters what you're putting on Facebook, what you're saying about yourself, the pictures and the inappropriate pictures that you're putting on Facebook, that is a reason. That's, as she said, we don't call you back. We look you up on Facebook, see what you've got out there, and then we just simply don't call you back. And we don't even tell you why we're calling back. So I thought that was a very significant message, and it drives home the point of what we've been trying to say to the students, that your image matters.
I don't have anything else to add, unless you have something else to add, but you hit the nail on the head. That's what I was hoping.
Well, our President's Lecture Series is all about bringing star quality individuals to our community, to the campus, so the students have exposure, the community have exposure, and they have an opportunity to interact with individuals such as Daymond John. In the fall, our President's Lecture Series was Will Haygood, the author of The Butler. So this is a grand opportunity for the East Side community, and I'm privileged to have an opportunity to bring individuals of such caliber to our campus.
Awesome. Again, that was the nail on the head. That was the exclamation point.
This is our Black History Moment today, unfolding in real time.
And you accomplished that.
Thank you very much.
Hey, no, thank you. And we are here at the St. Philip's College in the lecture series. If you haven't had an opportunity to come out, is there anybody else they can see while they're here?
No, this is it for the year, but we will have in the fall and in the spring, we have dynamic speakers coming to the campus, so stay tuned.
That's it here, St. Philip's College. I'm Robert Felder here for the Black Business Experience. I'm here live with Daymond John, and Daymond, I just had a few questions for you. First of all, you are an inspiration. Not just a celebrity, but you are an inspiration.
I'm not a celebrity, I'm a notable person.
A notable person. That's it. New terminology for you, audience. But I wanted to say, as an inspiration, there were many people waiting in line, not just because you're a celebrity, but because you represent hope, an idea. As students out there, we're looking to see what inspiration I'm going to draw from. What would you tell them as far as, I'm a student right now, what inspiration, what motivation, what do I need to take away from this to be comfortable to go out on my own and do what Daymond did?
I think that first of all, you know, students always question, are they doing the right thing by going after a formal education? And I think that it's important that, you know, whether I have not had that type of education, but to reinforce that that is something that I wish I would have always done. So they're doing the right thing, first of all. Number two, I think that they have to understand that they can do exactly what I did, because I want them to resonate that I was not only where they are, I was worse off than they were. And if they apply themselves as well as think out the process and, you know, surround themselves with amazing people, and then do the, you know, have a good amount of knowledge on the field that they want to go into, that they can become successful. And also that everybody's not cut out to be an entrepreneur. But if you have the same qualities as an entrepreneur, that you take responsibility for your actions, you are decisive, you research and do your homework on where you want to go, you can be a great person working in a company, and you know what? Maybe it's a public company, and you end up becoming the CEO after a while. But I want to instill all those things in the students, and I think that they get it, because the questions they ask are very, very on point, very accurate. It's not filled with all the glossy questions that they may ask people more in popular culture about cars and jewelry and, you know, doing this and that. So it shows that they're listening, and it shows that they're craving the information, which I value.
Which is pretty awesome. Now, same question, but for mom and dad who has the family, who has an established job, who has a career that it'd be tough to leave, but they still have this dream, just like many of the people who come to you on Shark Tank.
Well, mom and dad don't necessarily have an established job. I mean, whose job is really established? What's a bigger risk? You know, being an entrepreneur and risking what you're going to do with your career, or being an entrepreneur and working on somebody else's dream, and in the event that they fail, you fail along with it. So I'm not necessarily saying that mom and dads are comfortable there. But on the flip side, what we're learning are moms and dads that after they get to a certain point in their career, they're slowly starting to create their own business or interest outside of it. And that little bit of an investment, after 1, 2, 5, 10 years, it ends up becoming the bigger thing. So, you know, moms and dads are great. And I think that you know, we're no longer, as we always thought, going to be able to retire with Social Security. I don't even think that's going to be there. So it's really important for them to become an entrepreneur just as much.
You know, here on stage, you have mentioned, I've been blessed, I've been blessed, I've been blessed. And I've heard a lot of entrepreneurs say the same thing, but it's not something that you always see on the paper. It's not something you're going to hear about on Shark Tank. How's God played a role in this?
Well, God's played a role by, I mean, obviously, first and foremost, anything that we do or we have to acknowledge the fact that He's been and is watching over us. And, you know, I think that we've been put on this planet to serve Him as well as, you know, inspire others. I don't want to leave, you know, my kids an inheritance. I want to leave them a legacy. And I want to, you know, when I pass, I want them to be able to say that my father has helped, you know, contribute to the world in some manner. All entrepreneurs know and believe they're blessed. And I think that, you know what, it's because when you're in a stage of being a boss or a leader, you hear and you see all the other challenges that people have because you're the person they have to talk to. And then you turn around and look in the mirror and say, man, with my health, with my kids, with my family, it's never money, really. It really isn't. It's about the ability to wake up every day and enjoy what you're doing and do something you love with the people you love. That's why we mostly say we're blessed.
Last question.
That was pretty awesome. And Daymond, I just want to say there were a lot of people who came to, some brilliant people that represent the Daymond John Academy.
Yeah.
And if there's an entrepreneur here that's locally, how could they find out more information to get involved with the Daymond John Academy and get consulting on their business?
Well, you go to, I believe it's the DaymondJohnAcademy.com, and we have free workshops where you go to the free workshop, you see if, you know, if this is something for you that you want to get more training on becoming an entrepreneur. If not, you go to the free workshop and you meet other like-minded people, because networking is really what helps you, you know, go to the next level as an entrepreneur. Surrounding yourself, as I keep saying, with other like-minded people, whether they're in your business or they're doing a complement, they're doing a complementary business. So that's what the Daymond John Academy is for. And then those people that feel that they want to become a little more advanced, then they come to the Academy and we help them as much as we can with showing about production, manufacturing, domestic, overseas, retail, you know, marketing, everything else.
Thank you for sharing. This has been the Black Business Experience. I'm here with Daymond John at St. Phillip College. Thank you again, Daymond.
Stop trying to, you know, outdo me on the dressing thing. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.